Look, I know this has been a disappointing season in Ottawa. It's not at all what Sens fans hoped for or even expected from this team this year. I feel for that fan base being deprived of watching guys like Brady Tkachuk and Claude Giroux play playoff hockey for this franchise. And when you have a season like this in the NHL, it's reasonable to expect change. We've already seen some of it. I mean, Steve Staios coming in as GM, Jacques Martin replacing DJ Smith behind the bench, and even that's going to probably switch again before the start of next season. But even with a big offseason full of questions looming over this team, sometimes they choose to come out and just battle really hard. I mean, they went on that 5-game winning streak a few weeks ago, and yesterday they put up a really good performance against a Tampa team that's been rolling lately, as was the case last night, and basically any night they choose to come out and perform, it was led by their captain. Me telling Sens fans that Brady Tkachuk is the heartbeat of their team is not just captain obvious, it's like prime minister obvious. His pretty snipe against Tampa last night, which by the way was eerily similar to his brother's pretty snipe from almost the exact same spot at almost the same time, that was his 35th goal this season, matching his career high from last year. And then in the third, this was also super pretty, even prettier than the goal in my opinion. He takes one quick split-second look at where Batherson is here, and then proceeds to thread the puck through the Tampa defender's legs right onto his tape. Batherson finishes, giving Tkachuk a 70th point of the season, tying him for the team lead. Then in the shootout, as if it could be anybody else, he hops straight out of his mom's Hyundai onto the ice and goes backhand balcony on Matt Tompkins. It was beautiful. If you watch these videos, you know I often use the term he's Mr. Everything for this team. Even though Tkachuk's a forward and he doesn't log as many minutes as a defenseman, in my book, Brady Tkachuk is undoubtedly Mr. Everything for the Ottawa Senators. And I know that he doesn't even lead the forwards in average ice time. Tim Stützle and Claude Giroux are both higher than him, but I honestly think a big reason for that is because he has so many penalty minutes. He has literally double the penalty minutes of the closest guy, who also happens to be the guy who lit the hockey world on fire with one of the most infamous regular season moments of the past 20 years or more. I don't even have to show you what happened. Like, this picture is just going to live on in hockey lore. Now, in the NHL, when you mention the word untouchable, it usually gets associated with the elites, the McDavids, the Matthews, McKinnon, McCarr, etc. Good luck trading for them. They're untouchable for those teams. I'd put Brady Tkachuk in the untouchable category because of everything I just mentioned. Not only is he a bull on skates, but he's also a great goal scorer. Like I said, he's got 2 straight 35-goal seasons. Plus, he can make silky skill plays like that pass to Batherson. We're talking about a superstar here. And he's a leader. I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, oh, just because he's a captain in Ottawa doesn't mean he's a leader. For those of you saying that, go watch his media scrums after a tough loss, or his effort level out on the ice every game, or how he sticks up for his teammates regularly. Like, just because the wins haven't been there doesn't automatically mean he's not a leader. That's why I can't believe that there were, and even still are, some trade rumors around this guy. So much so that the Sens literally had to come out ahead of the trade deadline and be like, no, that's not happening. We're building around Tkachuk. There's no truth to those rumors. I was reading that and I was like, I can't believe this is even being brought up in the first place. That's like the first name you take off the board in any discussion. And look, I know NHL GM press conferences should be taken with a grain of salt always. I mean, it is a business after all. Anything can happen. I'll never forget Marc Bergevin saying, we are not trading PK Subban. And then 2 months later, PK Subban was traded. But with this one, man, that's the one guy on the Ottawa Senators that would be completely shocked if he got traded. Like, unless the offer was ridiculous, like McDavid and his firstborn child, I just don't see it at all. I know Ryan Whitney's reported on it, and even Cam and Strick a few days ago mentioned that they heard that Ottawa's, quote, kick tires on it, and Mike Rupp on NHL Network was talking about Brady Tkachuk and the New Jersey Devils. I just don't see this as a possibility at all. I mean, I feel like if he was going to pull a Matthew Tkachuk with the Calgary Flames, he would have done it already. Instead, he signed a long-term deal with Ottawa and got the C slapped onto his chest. I mean, it feels like he's as committed to that franchise as you can be. Now, when his contract is up in 4 years, that's a different discussion. That's going to be really interesting. But for right now, like, I don't even see this as a possibility. The only way it would become real to me is if Brady wanted out. If he was the one who went to Ottawa and said, guys, I want to play playoff hockey, or I can't be here anymore, whatever it is, get me out of here. But again, after signing a 7-year deal and becoming the captain, I don't see him doing that. Like, from the moment Matthew signed that 3-year bridge deal with Calgary in 2019, Flames fans, myself included, immediately thought that was fishy, and it ended up being. But that's not what Brady did. I don't think he's going anywhere, at least not for a couple years. But Ottawa really has to figure this out here. Get this kid into some playoff games. No more him wearing Matthew Tkachuk Rat King shirts or getting domed in the crowd. It's time for him to be in that setting, out on the ice competing. Come on, Ottawa, make it happen for 2025. As usual, give me your thoughts in the comments about this. If you want more Sens content, like the video, let me know. I'd love to talk about this team some more if you guys want. I'll see you in the next one. You're awesome.